I'm supposed to be working, but I just had to say hi. He's like, who's that? What's going on?
Dada. Can I like it myself?
Maybe.
No. Oh, that
It
sucks.
doesn't want you. Cool. I just wanted to see, so it made me add you. Like it came up with a picture of your face, like one of your photos.
Yep.
And then it was like add. So I add or deny, and I added you. I found enough petrol in the door in your car, so that'll get me through.
Oh, that's good.
Because I'm like addicted to fucking Red Bull now. That's great. God, I try to lose some weight and stop drinking it. What's up?
Oh, that was Bella babbling.
Hi, Bella, baby girl.
Who's that?
Hi.
We don't have no one on yet.
Yeah, it usually takes a few seconds. And I'm shadow banned too, by the way.
I wish I felt better.
Yeah. Me too.
I got laundry going this morning, though.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard it going.
Oh.
Crazy. What you sealed dried up so thin.
What I did?
Yeah, what you did actually, it dried up to the point where it's like negative now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weird.
I've had the fans running. This happens a lot in this apartment. I think it's because it's forced air.
Yeah.
With that dry furnace air, it just shrinks the hell out of anything.
What are you doing? You say hi.
She's saying hi.
She's saying something.
Huh. This kind of like how a jail call would be.
What?
It's like a jail call. Like what you would see online with two people talking.
Okay.
See people admitting to all their crimes.
Oh, say hi. Yeah.
There's one thing I did not go light on myself. It's quite a bit of nails.
Yeah. Better than not enough.
Yeah, I just didn't want it to keep moving. It just kept moving, wiggling. And that right there, that's disaster later on. Because the jam itself is the structure of this door. The split jam style. Basically, that's what holds that door up, so I had to get everything to the point where it just wouldn't move at all. I just don't want the door to wiggle free and then become loose or not shut. You're still there?
Sorry. Yeah, I had to mute myself for a second. Bella was freaking out.
You had to fart, didn't you?
No. Just freaking. Night Gamer says hello.
I was just thinking, where's the chat at? How you doing, Night Gamer? Pleasant to see you again. I got Mama Bear and Baby Bear on. A little one. I'm giving Soul Reaper SA vibes. That's still bugging the hell out of me. Just him saying that made my fucking like, my whatever you call that, spidey senses. I'm like, why is this man talking about touching little kids? Yeah.
No clue.
That was a red flag for me, I promise you that. Anyway, some people weren't there for that, so they didn't see it. That was yesterday's chat. Hopefully we don't have to deal with that today. I got a lot of sealing to do.
Yeah.
Like a lot too, it's crazy. This one door is gonna take me an hour.
I tried to help with a little bit, but you saw how that went.
Oh, you helped. Anything you put in, it helped. Even if it cracked later, it still filled,
Yeah.
Anything you filled was a huge help. I just gotta remember to stay focused, brother. Stay focused. Because well, if you miss one thing, then you're going around back, forth, it's just irritating.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wanna grid it, I'm trying to grid this out to a point where I don't miss anything. I think I heard Rob go down the road there.
Oh, it's 4-wheeler?
Yeah, I think I saw him. I don't know if that was him or not. Pretty sure it was him. Doesn't it look so much nicer once that gap is sealed off? Oh my god. Looks so much nicer. All done. That nice, perfect bead.
Mm.
Wow. And I have 3 coats of paint that I have coming. 3 coats.
Wow.
It's gonna be a lot.
Are you gonna put like emerald on or smart primer?
Nope, just straight up smart primer everywhere. It's super strong. It's stronger than emerald, I think. I don't know. But it's, it's a satin finish, so it gives plenty of water protection.
Hmm.
Yeah, that Fairway Mortgage job when I tested it, and it wouldn't scrape off with a scraper on polyurethane, old oil-based polyurethane lacquer. Sorry, oil-based lacquer. And I was just thinking, this stuff is the goat. This stuff won't even scrape off using a brand new Purdy scraper. It's got a lot of adhesion.
Look at what I put on the screen.
Oh, that's funny.
I feed the babies, so I don't want them to.
I can't wait to see what this kitchen will look like.
Yeah.
Filling holes.
I gotta mop our floors again.
Yeah.
Well, mainly just like in the kitchen and around the dining room table.
House has been a lot cleaner since we got rid of all them cats.
Oh yeah.
That was huge. Felt bad for the kids, but it was just too much.
And yeah, and ever since I washed the couch cushion, like the covers, and I've sat on it, I've been fine so far.
Right. All that extra dander from them.
Yeah. Sucks because they're cute, and I wish I could like hold them, but I can't. Every time I do sit down, though, Oreo tries to come up and rub all over me.
He loves you.
I'll like pet his head and be like, "Okay, back up."
Yeah. You got your loving kitty cat. You gotta go, yeah. I gotta put my knee pads on. I also have to clean this place out. As soon as I'm done with the carpentry, I'll put all the saws back, I'll put all this stuff on the table back, and I'll get ready to pull the paint stuff out.
Yeah.
Because paint is next. I have to paint so I can do the plumbing and all the other stuff. And you know what happens once I'm done painting, baby.
Yeah. Are
Check
you gonna paint like everything again, or just touch
everything.
up spots?
I'm gonna go through and spot prime all the mud that I've had to put on. I'll spot prime that probably twice, just to like a light brushing as the fans are going really well. So it
Yeah.
just kind of soaks into the drywall. And once I start seeing flashing on my spot paints, spot primes, I will go through and give them the whole deal.
Oh, so you'll have to tape the windows and everything again.
Yep. It's fine. I knew I was gonna have to do it. Some of the windows I may not need to tape, but there is a lot that I do want to tape. Rob already took the covers off the walls. We needed to put those on to make sure that everything was on there right. I got the lights switched out in the bathroom, so that's good now. And I got these kitchen. The kitchen outlets are all flush to the wall, like we knew it was going to have to sit over the tiles, so we just didn't shim them out before. But
Did you see what that guy said the other day about the stove outlet being so high?
How's it going, everybody? Remember to like and subscribe.
I think it's cool that it's higher.
What is?
The outlet for the stove in there?
Like the actual one that the stove plugs into?
Into the apartment you're in now.
Correct. Are you talking about the big fat one that the stove plugs into, or the one above it to the left?
I don't know. But some guy was like, I've never seen one up that high.
Yeah, an electrician put that in. Like, I don't know.
I think that's better because, I mean, we gotta unplug it. You don't have to get behind it.
Yeah, I think he ran out of cord. No, he had plenty of extra. He purposely put it there.
I think it's better. I'd rather not have to crawl behind the stove to unplug it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a good point. Man, I need someone to come in and help me. Rob's supposed to come and help. Basically, as soon as I'm done with carpentry, I'm gonna have to reset all these drop cloths because the tile was way too dusty. And trafficking in back and forth, it's just a lot of dirt coming in and out. And I can't have all this dirt here when I paint. I can't even put tape down if I'm,
Especially with spraying.
Yeah, with spraying, it just lifts all that dust back up. But I got this hose. Don't need a lot of it. Just enough to get wet, drag wet. Soak that. I'm dreading this. It got wet, and like the moisture carried the dirt that was on the floor, and it just kind of. We're gonna have to clean everything before we tape. That looks like coffee. It's crazy how dirty the walls will get.
Yeah, definitely.
But it'll all be painted soon.
We're gonna have to paint our children's walls when we move out.
All right. 100%. And as soon as I start painting, I can't smoke in here. Just gotta go to a Views.
Yep.
Vape pen. I have 5 doors to caulk and prime. I have all of the mopboard that I installed. I have to do the top and any cracks or nail holes. Which means I'll have to sponge sand them as well, because gotta get all the fur off of it where the nail holes are. Yeah, that moisture grabbed all the dust. It's made a big nightmare on this floor. I'll have to wash the floor like exceptionally well. At least for the tape to stick. First few inches around all the mopboard. I clean some of it as I go, but really it won't matter until I get all the dirt out, and then I gotta wipe the micro dirt so the tape will stick. It'll be a fun one, I promise you. But it's gotta be done. There's no way around it. Excuse me.
I don't know what I want to clean first. I have literally.
Ooh.
Phone's about to die. Plug it in. I'm gonna stay on, but I'm gonna be like sweeping and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I have the phone like plugged in and propped up on the couch. Where do you want that black thing for your tools?
Um, Maybe on top of the bunny cage.
On top of it?
No, that won't work.
I'm gonna brush my hair.
I haven't gotten that to that point yet. I just know it'll help. Maybe behind my guitar chair. That was where I initially thought might work.
Did you know that our kids can tell who's, like, if they're in their rooms, they can tell who's walking around by the sounds of our slippers.
That's neat.
Told me that the other day.
Hey, remember, everybody in the chat here, if you want something in life, right, most of the time it's not gonna be easy. And if it were easy, then you probably wouldn't desire it because everybody would have it, right? So don't be deterred if something that you want in life is hard to get. Oh, that's my fiance. It's the mother of my child here. My children. Oh, oh boy. Man, what a gloomy day. The arthritis is acting up. Mhm. Tell you what, I used to like doing this. I guess I would if I was getting paid. But right now, this is my own home, so I guess it's a write-off. Like the hours that I spend here is a write-off. But I'm not paying myself by any means. I get paid later. For the rest of my life, I'll get God in this house. However, right now, this is the hard part. And to be honest, it's really not that hard. This is what I've begged for years. Years and years and years. It's crazy what peace of mind can do to someone. It's a little bit of like positive reinforcement. Just a little bit of positive reinforcement. I can change someone's life. Kind of weird. Just tiny bit of energy can get so much out of it. And if you think of all the power that's in water, all the hydrogen and oxygen that's in water, it's crazy. There's actually a lot of unexpelled power and moisture in water.
Hair ties everywhere.
Yeah, I love that, huh?
Can't find any. Look on the ground.
Right, just walk around the house, walk around your bedroom, look on the ground, and you'll find all kinds of hair ties.
What?
I just repeated what you said, basically.
Oh.
Oh, shoot. Wouldn't it be cool to have a drone just follow you around and be your cameraman all day?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
You know, just like finding different angles.
Yeah. Someday there will be.
Huh? Yeah, someday there will be, you're right. Someday there will be.
Oh, shoot.
See, this is the boring part that no one likes.
Guess what I found underneath the table?
My knife? Oh. If you find my Leatherman, please let me know.
Okay.
I think it's
haven't
on
seen
one of
it.
my pants that I folded up in the bedroom.
Okay. I'll check when I get to the bedroom. Need
I
water.
really like this new
Tripod.
tripod. It's really nice.
I gotta give it a cool background. Maybe I'll have it look at flag.
When you seal all these, when these gaps are all sealed up nice, it just makes it look so much better. It literally doubles the quality.
Soviet Gaming says, "How's it going?"
Well, I'm struggling, Sony. I'm struggling to find the motivation. Kind of a gloomy day where I'm at, and with a gloomy day comes lowered barometric pressures. And with those, arthritis likes to pop out and sores, aches, and pains. So I'm just kind of in a little bit of pain, and it's making my motivation sort of dwindle a little bit, but I'm fighting through it, Sony. Please, if you don't mind, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you really want to help build the channel, share this to your friends and ask them to come on and hit that subscribe button for me. Be a huge help, and I appreciate your time. If you have any carpentry questions, just give me a call. I do everything involving the building of a home. and I'm very good at all of it. I've honed my skills in. My skills are perfectly honed. 1,000 ways to skin a cat, remember that. Not just my way is the only way. Just saying, what I do, I have honed in over time. And the way I do things, I am very good at this specific. And I have a few ways of doing each thing, you know, because there's different applications for each application. So, yeah, it's crazy. I tell my guys, anyone who works with me, look, we could change 30 doors, and all 30 doors will end up having to put in a different way, you know, because there's so many different styles, there's different ages of homes, different builders built each home. So,
Where'd he go?
sorry, that was a call. There's a tool company that wants to get my
My hair's wrecked.
advice. They'll send me $20 Amazon.
Tell him to send it to me.
Yeah. Thank you, Soviet. Yeah. So right now, using this here, this is DAP. It's Alex DAP, and it's 40 year. The good stuff, 40 year. It's interior, exterior. I usually only use this stuff on interior. You can use it exterior if you want. lovely. Well, now that I'm seeing my own production, I'm starting to feel a little bit more momentum. Production makes me happy. I like to see that. Especially when someone just learned something and you show them how to do it. And then like, if it takes, they take right to it and they like it and they're producing well, that gets me very happy to see, you basically taught a man to fish, for the rest of his life. He knows that job now, and he could go on his own, make money the rest of his life, and be rich. Hey, hon,
Yeah.
do you think I beat this house to death with being picky?
1 sec. What'd you say? What'd you say? I missed what you said, hon.
I was asking, do you think I was too finicky and picky with this house? Did I beat it to death with being picky?
No, not at all. I mean, you could have half-assed it and then had to go back and do it all again.
Right.
I mean, if you're gonna do it once, do it the right way.
Yeah. I'm just like curious if I'm just delusional or if I should have any regrets here.
No. I don't think so.
The way I look at it is I'm really just giving it the bare minimum.
Yeah.
The thing is it just weren't built yet. By myself, so it's taking me at least twice as long than I usually would take because I'd usually have workers.
Yeah. No, I think you're doing a good job. A very good job.
Thanks.
Wow, those cats shredded the edge of this couch.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what's kind of funny though, hey?
What?
I will, I'll have a bucket in my hand and I'll need water and I'll go up to the sink thinking in my head for a second that I can get water from the sink.
Oh.
Because it's so close to being built, it feels like it's finished.
Yeah. I kept trying to put the cereal in the fridge and the milk on the pantry.
Whoops.
My hair is quite weird today.
Your hand?
My hair.
Oh.
Ever since I dyed over the blonde, it's like wavy now. It's kind of strange.
How's Bella?
Good, she's sleeping.
Taking a nap?
Mhm. Yeah, I've been sweeping the floor. I already look 20 times better in here just by sweeping the floor.
Yeah. I really want to take these doors off so bad.
Oh, gross. Oh my gosh, babe.
Yeah.
I don't even want to open that to dump it out.
Kids left something in the sink?
On the floor next to the fridge is an old thing of haddock chowder.
Just put it in the trash and we'll put it in the dumpster. Or go dump it out in the woods.
Oh, well, a little bit.
Yeah, just bring it out back and dump it over the leach field.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better. Don't open it in here.
Yeah. I'm like, what is in that white tub? Haddock chowder. Not much in it. You want to say over here?
Son of a gun. So, chat, if you're ever sealing a door or something and you get way too much on your rag or whatever, and you have nowhere else to put it, like there's no other holes you can fill, just go to the top of the door and lean it right into that angle. Even if it's filled, it's still good to put there because it will fill in gaps and it stays out of your way, and it also is still working. It'll seal it. Put in good. Yeah, I didn't even know that there was a friggin' ballerina that we had in Russia. Trump got a ballerina out of Russia. Once those rags get too much mud on them, sealant on them, it's just too much. Remember, ox hair brush. Blonde ox hair. That's what you're gonna want, especially in your carpentry belt. But definitely to get all the nasty dust and dirt away. Okay, where are we here? Got my lefts and my rights. Dams. Love is a war. Wow. Right. Hmm.
Babe, I feel like I should go because nobody's like.
They never like. We got shadow banned. The positive energy was worn away by those trolls. They come in and they basically shit all over your happy Cheerios. You know?
Yeah.
And to be honest, they're probably paid by the people who are having millions of followers. I don't know. But people are extremely cruel sometimes. We had a great positive channel until those people came on. You know, saying bad things and doing stuff to get me riled up.
Yeah.
Like all I was doing was defending myself. But same thing in school. Kid gets bullied and he ends up beating up the bully. The kid that got bullied is gonna have to have a suspension.
Yep.
You know? Same thing. It's just the way the world looks at things these days.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to prove to myself another thing. I can make shorts, I can make longs, I can edit, I can do all that stuff. But what is it really doing? It's giving a false sense of reality.
Hustle Gamble said, "Cheers, Squantito," with a fist bump.
Yeah. That's a false sense of reality that makes people think, oh, I could do that. And then they go and get into it and they get disgraced. No. This is what it takes. I've been on this door for over an hour. This one door. But I could edit and have all 5 of these doors done in 30 seconds on an edit.
Right. Speed
You
it
know?
up.
And it's like, all that does is show people, you know, that, oh, it's easy. No, it's not easy, really.
I'll be right back. Baby's awake.
It takes a lot of, you have to literally give yourself to it. You have to sacrifice your time, everything. So like, this isn't just like, oh, he flipped that house and made all that money. What a rich bastard, you know? No. If someone's flipping it, even if they're just picking out paint colors, I'm telling you, it still takes a lot of devotion. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But I'm trying to show everybody how to get past the hurdles. I want to show people how to get past the hurdles. I want to show people, real time how this stuff actually flies. Some people in the world don't. They don't know. It seems to me like I'm only attracting the guys that either do this for a living and just want to see how I do it, because there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, right? Or it's people that ain't in the industry, don't like it, and they come on here and they're being mean to me. Sometimes guys get jealous. They're like, man, I wish I could do that. But they know that they don't have the concentration or something, you know what I mean? And they get mad because someone else can, but I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm not a psychiatrist. But people get mad. But I need people to understand that you don't have to get frustrated. You just try to find your center. Try to find your center and push past any of that mental confusion. Because this is basically meditating. You have to basically meditate internally to do a job like this. It's silent, you're by yourself, and there's a lot of noise and confusion in life, right? There's a lot of haste in life. So sometimes people it gets so quiet that they kind of lose their minds a little bit. And they have to like move to a new section, or they have to say, like, can I do another job? Something like that. Because they just got so like internally stressed out. Just the best thing to do in those times are to just slow down, take a step back, look, see what you missed.
Ella says, hi, Daddy.
Hi, Bella.
She's trying to hug you. You should get that, Daddy.
And I always recommend that, like, if you're working by yourself and you want a good job, as soon as you think you're done, take a step back and give it a new look. I promise you'll end up finding something more. You'll find more stuff to do. Because even me, I've done this for quite a while, right? Long enough. And I still have quite a bit of stuff that passes me by. So I usually give things about 3 looks by the time I'm completely finished. You see how these horizontal surfaces, I take my dust brush out. Before I paint, we're going to dust all these horizontal surfaces. When I clean, I'm going to clean the whole house to get every microfiber of dust I can out of here. But before I'm caulking any of this lower stuff, any horizontal surface, up high, don't matter. If it's horizontal and it's flat catching dust, you want to get it dusted away. Get all the dust out of there. And a lot of the times, take a wet rag to it before you paint it, or just clean up any dirt, because all the dirt is going to stop that paint from being able to adhere. So you really have to try to get all the dirt you can off. Just for best, that's going to maximize your adhesion possibilities. Remember, any extra sealant you're going to stuff into any gaps and cracks that you can. I like to take the extras off the tip, or extra that I lay down. I try not to leave any extra, to be honest, but if I do, I'll take it and I'll push it into any nail holes. That's my favorite to go towards. If there's nothing at all, I'll wipe it on the top of the door and I'll make sure it's formal, but I'm going to put it in the crack where the trim meets the wall.
MAGA's on here.
I was wondering when MAGA was going to come back. How's it going, MAGA?
He said, yo, what's up, bro? Love the flag. You work your ass off, bro.
Well, so right now I'm trying to get to a point where I can paint this house. It's gonna take a little bit. I probably got 2 days of caulking everything, but maybe I can get it all done today. I'll try like hell. But yeah, so right now I'm just sealing all the gaps and cracks around everything. I also have a little bit of like 3 pieces of quarter round to put in. I'm gonna wrap the vertical areas around my vanity, just the 2 vertical spots. Just to kind of, I don't want to caulk it and the wall is a little wavy or the vanity's wavy and there's a little gap there. So I'm gonna hide that gap with some nice 1/2-inch quarter round, and it'll look good. It'll look really good once I put it in. And then I'll paint over it and it'll look beautiful. So being the caulker, the painter, the carpenter and the painter, it really helps because I remember areas that, you know, I had trouble with carpentry. And I'll make sure that those areas have a little bit extra caulking to allow for flexibility or to fill the gap really full. So you see what I'm doing? I'm taking around the doors, I'm going as far as I can reach around the mopboard. And what we call that wrapping the corner for the next man. So you're rounding the corner for the next man. I know this door runs into this trim and I have to caulk this door. Well, to caulk this door and never have to touch it again, the only way to do that would be to also hit this trim as far as I can reach it, right? And now, when I come up to do near this door, all I gotta do is 2-3 feet away from it, right? And I'll never touch this door again. That's the way you paint. Definitely, that's the way you paint when you're tipping or brushing. You want to make sure you're wrapping that edge. That way, you never have to touch that door again. If you want to, you can. You know, maybe another coat, whatever. But that's the way to make sure that it's done, complete. It's called wrapping the corner. So I just did the bottom of the door, and I did the first 4 feet of that mopboard. Now it'll just be from there to there, and I'll never touch this door again when I caulk. I know for a fact the door is complete. That's a very, very important thing. You don't want to have maybes, yeah buts, sortas, none of those. Because once you pull out that 2600 PSI airless Graco sprayer, yeah buts, maybes, and sortas create a lot of problems, and you're going to have paint everywhere. And we're not just going to rush into a paint job, right? We're going to try to make sure it's perfect before we do anything. That's like rushing into a gunfight with a knife. Why would you run to a gunfight with a knife? Right? I'd maybe call the cops first or so, I don't know. Figure out something, right? Maybe run away from the gun. I don't know. It's just an analogy. I've actually literally ran to a gunfight with my bare hands before. And I actually knocked the guy out one punch and sent him to the hospital in a helicopter from brain bleeding. And he did pull a gun on me. But I also beat up a couple of his friends too. And I was just helping a kid that lived with me for a while. Pretty stupid. That's the thing. I was 20 years old though. I was being dumb.
Babe.
Yeah?
Brother,
Brother, brother. Babe.
What?
Sister, sister.
Brother,
That's funny. Get the rocks, Abdul. Abdul, get the rocks.
Brother, oh my gosh, I'm die.
And another thing I like to do, I take a big rag, painter's rags. They usually come, you know, at least 8 inches by 8 inches, right? Well, that I would only cut maybe into twos, but this right here is about 5 by 5 inches, right? Some of them will come 20 by 20 inches. I cut them into about 5-inch strips, and then I lay them on top, and then I'll cut them into 5-inch by 5-inch squares. Now you've got like literally 10, 15 different rags. And when you grab them, they don't have this big tail of nasty caulking falling and swiping all over the place. And you're literally gonna get at least triple the square footage of wiping everything down. Or I should say linear feet. You're gonna get way more linear feet out of that one rag when you cut it up than you would if you just left it big. Because once it's big and it's got all that nasty stuff on it, you gotta really either clean it or throw it away. Now I can just take another one like this, get it wet, bring it out, and I got a brand new rag. And I used half of it yesterday, and this I've used the other half of it today. And I've been doing this for now almost 2 hours.
Drop your water bottle.
So one rag got me quite a ways, and it's kept it really clean. It's kept it very clean. A little bit of mud on the wall there from the mud job I did. If you guys, anyone's watching that hasn't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel. And you guys will see updates of this build. I basically go live every day. So that's what I was trying. I need to look at my nail set. So these doors come with little staples. They call them pneumatic brads, but you know, Rigid has I have a brad nailer from Rigid, and all it shoots is little staples, tiny. They're longer, but they're really narrow. And they're stronger than like a paper staple. But then I also have a brad nailer from Milwaukee that shoots straight nails. It's just a straight nail. It's not a staple. So it's kind of weird how the industry will call a brad both. But I think maybe they're just saying a brad is in something small. But basically, you don't want that nail sticking out because it can rust over time and it'll create a rust spot, which is very undesirable. So what I did there, I buried it, and now I'll caulk over it. And one, it won't allow air to make it rust, and also it'll never flash rust through it because I'm going to fill that whole void with sealant, so there's no air to make the metal rust. Cool. Look at that. So all the gaps, all the cracks, everything is full around this door. We're done. Inner jamb and both outer trims. I love this new
Crawford
tripod.
sheeting is great for those finish holes.
Yeah, I used to use white spackle too. The white spackle, it doesn't shrink and it doesn't flash. But right now this is a rental. I'm just trying to get it done quick, and I got a box of DAP, and I'm just gonna run. Okay. If I want to come through later on in life, go ahead, right? But I'm like way too deep into this project probably a year. It took me a year to even get to it when I moved here, and then now I've been on it for almost a year. So it took me over a year. Well, no, it took me exactly 1 year
What's the
to really start the actual build. I had to clean it out. There was a lot of bad stuff that happened in that first year that I moved here.
Maggie wants to know what the temperature is here.
Right now, look in the right next to the dining room table. There's a thermometer. Okay. It'll tell you real time.
1 sec.
What's up, guys?
Hi, baby.
Check this out. Check this out. I literally caught quarter round. I installed quarter round all around that gap. So that was a mess because I literally had to dado every single strap I had to cut to make that quarter round sit flush.
It says 60, but I don't know if I believe that.
If whatever that thermometer says, it's real. That's a 40. Where are you at? Aren't you in Minnesota or Michigan? Oh. Where are you at, MAGA? Yeah, it says 60. It does feel warm. The furnace isn't running. That HVAC isn't pushing out any air. All right, so I'm going to start inside here. This is the one thing that really bugs me. I didn't put a light in this closet. I know closets don't need lights, but oh yes, that's right, Chicago. Thank you, MAGA. Yes. Illinois, right? Chicago, Illinois, I think. I knew it was one of those upper Great Lake areas.
Try it.
But no, I just wish I put a light. Whoops. I wish I put a light in here. Because there's fuse panels, all that stuff. I should have done it, but I didn't. Pretty sure you got this whole interior. You did this inside, right, Dave?
Yeah. And like the, what do you call that? Like the inner jam? Is that what that's called?
All of it. This whole inner closet looks done.
I think the only part I didn't get to was the very outside.
Yeah, I saw that. While I'm here, I'm going to get this whole inner mop board. I'll just get it done while I'm here, no problem. And then I ought to connect it too. That's cool, yeah. I'll close out each room. And that will actually get the fucking job done instead of playing hopscotch.
Yeah.
That's it. That's for sure. The doors are the hardest part, and then the mop board, it takes minutes. The doors, they'll take an hour sometimes.
Yeah.
All the dust. I really
One of my least favorite things to do.
Caulking?
Yeah.
You know what? I always thought, I said, I don't give a shit what you make me do. I'm going to give you a price that I feel I'm ripping you off. So I don't give a fuck what I have to do. I'm going to make X amount of money, and that's going to make me so happy that I won't give a fuck what I got to do.
Yes, she loves water bottles.
I forget that baby's right there.
You're fine. Max Milo says hi.
Who?
Max Milo?
Oh, what's up, Max? Yep. Max, where did you say you're from again?
You can't drink off mommy's water bottle. I got.
Jay Charles, are you the computer engineer? Did you check out that topology superconductive
You want some in a bottle?
superconductor topology or something? That was super cool. Maga, what do you do for work, bro?
It's from Norway, he said.
That's right, yes. What do you do for work, Milo? Well, if you ever come to America, United States of America, you swing over here. I'm probably the closest on the chat. I'm literally an hour and a half away from the most eastern point of the United States of America. All the way up in the northeast. So if NATO ever fucking comes over here, or the Europeans, if you guys ever come over here, I'm probably the first to get screwed over. You guys will have to station your tanks over here.
He said YouTube, so I don't know if that's what he does for work.
Oh, that's cool. I ought to learn a few things from you then. I've kind of given up on editing videos, right now at least. Right now I'm stressed out, it's just me. I usually come in with two other guys. It'd usually be me, Alyssa, Tinkerbell, and at least one more other guy. And it's just me, so.
Hey, want to say hi? Mommy,
Bringing the baby over here and stuff, it just becomes too much.
Mama, go get you some water.
Yeah.
I'll get you some.
Well, Milo, I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. That's really cool. I need to start learning computer science and all that because, to be honest, I just want to buy and sell stocks all day. I just want to be a day trader. And I'd like to learn how to edit videos a lot better. I have an iPad and I have a Windows. I have a gaming laptop. It's got a terabyte RAM, and it's an older gaming laptop, but it's still all right, you know. Yeehaw! We're getting it done. This apartment will be on Airbnb soon.
Water.
Pretty neat. I blew my knee out again, putting this flooring in. That was a mess, just a mess. What they say?
Kate was like, "You're on baby watch right now."
Yeah.
I propped
Mama Bear's on baby watch.
I propped the phone up while I went and got a bottle to give her some water.
But this one was planned. We practice our procreation rights, you know. We practiced our reproductive rights and we had a baby. I swear those Democrats will look at you like you're crazy if you say, I want to keep it. They're like, why don't you practice your reproductive rights? And they're like, I am. Oh, I'm confused. Well, yeah. I'm sure something like that will confuse you.
Get out water. Mm.
We have another nail. Little tiny chunk of a nail here. Robert didn't take the cable connector off. Oh, we got a couple nails here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me set this. Ah, okay. I have to pull one.
Max said you can edit on the MC or the laptop.
Right. I'm just saying, like, I have a versatile, platform I can use to like go. I don't have the time right now. That's the biggest thing. We could start sending them to Uncle David, and he could start doing it, and I'd give him however much per video.
Yeah.
If you make them spicy enough, then they'll catch. He's pretty good at that stuff. I know he could.
Can you hear your husband? What do you mean? I can hear him through the phone.
Sorry, I had to. Am I on mute?
No, I don't.
Yeah, so we're like double chatted right now. It's pretty cool. They give you the option to go live together, and I could invite more people here too. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm from USA. I live way at the top of, like, on the coast. I live on the ocean, right on the Atlantic Ocean. But yeah, I'm like almost the most eastern part of USA. There it is. There we go.
Do you want one more baby after this one?
Yes.
He
Yes.
wants me
We're
to
gonna
do
try
twins,
for
and I
a
said
boy.
no. He wants boy. We have 3 girls.
Yeah, we want to give the girls a little brother. And that way I can pass on this company over to a male, strong male, and the girls can help him run it, but they'll have a strong male on their side in the future. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm not being sexist. I just need, these same people claim diversity, yet they want to exclude men. I don't get that. It's like it's poison if you say you should want a boy, or it's like, come on, dude. But it's okay for them to say a little child that's wearing a diaper said that they're a boy if they're really a girl. So it's like their minds are so fucking fucked up and delusional. Anyway. like the most backwards thinking I've ever heard of in my whole life.
What's your matter?
How's it going, guys? What's up on the chat?
Oh, she pulled the charger.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Mama's figuring my butt, Daddy.
Okay, I'm working my way towards you guys. I got about 8 foot of the mopboard to 8 foot of mopboard to hit here.
Mm-hmm. 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 We're talking, telling stories. Excuse me.
Yeah, dude, I love this. Absolutely love this tripod.
Well, I love you.
I love you too.
What is that? What is it? Holy crap, it's 2:55 already?
Yeah, this stuff takes forever. And that's why I want to show these guys, like, you know, someone who hasn't done this before. If they have the time to watch, it takes a long time. You gotta really, to do it right, you gotta devote yourself. Even to do it wrong, it still takes about the same amount of time. I didn't think of that. Unless you skip over it entirely and leave all the gaps and cracks, that was horrible. This will look way classier if once we paint it white.
Hey, hon, I gotta go. Holly needs to call me about something.
Oh, great. I wish everything's okay.
She said it's nothing bad.
Okay. Good.
Alright, how do I get out of here? I love you.
Love you. Looks like it's just us, guys. Yeah, I thought that would blow up. 250, geez, I'm pro. That's crazy. Days go by quick when you're doing this stuff. You see, I'm really digging in. Oh, that one. Wow, what a mess I just laid. What a mess. So I'm leaving a lot, but I don't want to leave it on the top. I'm trying to push it deep with my gun there. Okay. Come through. Wow. I pushed that so deep that it actually needs to be sealed a little more right there. Maybe I just didn't put enough down. Right there. I'm looking for that nice kind of half pipe look. You know, once you get that half pipe, it's nice. On something like this, and I'm looking for a half pipe there so that when you wipe it down, it'll allow you to pull all the dust and dirt out of there. It just gives it a cleaner finish when you actually wipe it and clean it off. And my finger is round, so it leaves that, sorry, quarter pipe. Thank you, Jack. I'm sure one of you was saying quarter pipe there. Oh, I'm a Jedi, by the way. Definitely a Jedi. If you can't tell from the stars in Squanto's eyes, 100%. I've even had dreams of saving people's lives, and literally it happened exactly verbatim. But that's a long story, and I'm not going to get into that right now. It was when I realized that God was real. I can tell you guys it, but we'll have to. It's personal to me. It's for real. Like, it really happened. It was crazy. But I'm gonna move on from that. Oh. Well, I believe we're out of the tube. Yeah, squeeze this out of a lovely. Oh, we got more in there. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. The one weak point about this whole kit and caboodle, I don't know what you call it. It basically doesn't. My phone's too heavy for it. Down there. If I go horizontal, I can't see you guys. I just gotta twist just here. Like that. It'll be a masterpiece, my friends. And then all of a sudden, it'll turn into a foregone conclusion. This will just be a moment in my past. And I'll be very thankful that I made this apartment. Just think, having an extra $2,000 in your pocket every month for the rest of your life. Right? It's a huge help. But it took me a year to build it. Well, it'll be August of last year, so. And I've done some work in between, so I can't really say a full 9 months. So I'll give it, well, by the end it'll be 10 months. So I would say nine full months of 40-hour weeks. One man. It's quite a bit. It's just a lot of work is all. It's just a lot of work. You know, running the plumbing lines, There was no PVC here, nothing. Like there was no walls. This was literally my imagination. I just imagined it, and then I built it. No one understood. I'm like, no, there's gonna be a wall. There's gonna be a bedroom here, and sink will be here. And they're all like, well, why are you doing it like that? And I'm thinking, well, because the venting and the plumbing makes me have to attach it to this wall. And this has to be like this because of that. So I explained it all out to them, and then they're like, okay, so that's the only way we can do this. Okay. All right. Well, now that we know that, what are we going to do with this? Right. And I just literally kind of made it up as I went. And not really. I mean, I had it planned out. I made sure that it was fail proof. That's a big one. You don't want to start building something and then say, oh, the city doesn't allow it, or something like that. Yeah, that's a big one. If you're ever going to build at your own home, just make sure that your city ordinances are going to allow it. Make sure you get it permitted. Permitting is huge. Definitely want to do that. Stuff like that is super important. I forgot to do the nail holes in this closet. Cool. Now I just gotta wipe them all. Super important to what was I going to say? Oh, great. Oh, when you're wiping, if you're going to use anything really, wipe any excess away with the grain. So make sure you're going with the grain of the wood because it'll leave these like wide tails. Basically, it'll leave a perpendicular tail that kind of looks like a highway. And it just sticks out like a sore thumb. So just make sure you're going parallel instead of perpendicular with the grain of the wood. And really try to go left and right, really force that sealant in and make it grab each side of the hole. Because the more surface area that's holding that sealant inside the hole, the longer it'll stay, the better it'll look. And it won't flex as much. Okay. All right. Nice. So rather than mud, if I see a little dimple in the wall here, I'll fill it with sealant, and I'll take my 5-in-1 and I'll just wipe it nice and flat. And for some reason, it doesn't leave any tail at all with the sealant. As long as you do it with caulking, with that brand new nice purdy knife. You don't want to do it on big stuff, but like if a board put a little dent in the wall, you just got to make sure you wipe every little bit of it up. And then when you paint over it, it's just a quick way of, if you got a mud or, you know, if you got to fill some dimples in, it's a quick way to get rid of it. Get it off the eyeball anyway. Wow. These walls got dusty from all that cement dust. I had to do the floor. If I had known I had to do this floor, I would have done it before I built anything. I would have just leveled it and put this flooring on, and then I would have built over it. Obviously, you gotta cut the walls out, but still, it would have been a lot nicer because the dust is just everywhere. Because I had to dig and cut into this cement with a 14-inch wet saw without the moisture. It was a feat. You can look back on my page, it just took forever. And it made a huge mess. Huge mess. Yep. Yep, just double checking. I want to make sure all these holes are filled. Anybody there? I need a new rag. Mm-hmm. Closing out the bedroom right here. Let's get it done. Oh my. I never even fucking tried to mud this. What in God's name? Just threw a whole tube at that because I was too lazy to mud. I really don't want to mud anything else in here. Anything else should be fixable with sealant and paint. I'm just over it. Completely over it. Cool. Over and hang out with me. My mom said I was a pretty boy. My mama said everybody gonna love me. I've been touched by an angel. Remember to like and subscribe, everybody. That right there is a huge help to the channel. A subscription and hanging out with you guys, talking, figuring out what the hell's going on. But no one likes to keep talking. It's hard to talk and work. I can try to get you guys in. What's happening? Hey, Pot Dragons. How's it going? What you been up to lately? Got anything important going on in your life? I'm caulking all the gaps and cracks. It's probably the most boring job that you can do on a job like this, but You have to do it, or else the job will just come out looking like really bad. It'll just look really horrible. So when I paint, I don't want any black little dimple holes or black lines. Basically, what it does is it stops bugs, it stops drafts, it stops dirt, it stops all kinds of stuff from coming in and out of the house. Yeah. Sorry. It's a little gloomy here today, but you know, I'm killing it. We're getting it done. I gotta go throw this in. I've stayed up for the past 3 weeks. What the fuck? You're kidding. Are you joking? I've done 5 days before. I've never done 3 weeks. You really are on 3 weeks right now? Just remember, don't drink Red Bull. Red Bull is bad for you. Okay. Put the 5-in-1 away. Wow. So do you do like short little drift naps where you like, you wake up? Or are you just straight online the whole time? Because during my 5 days, I had a couple of moments where I was like, and I'd like have this like resting. I've also worked while I slept. Literally worked. I was working. Literally, I'm moving my hands, but I'm sleeping while I'm standing up. Working 120-hour weeks. I did 2.5 months straight with no days off. Wasn't just me though, it was the whole crew. Yeah, baby, look at that. That was nice. So when you paint between boards, like let's say I sprayed all of this, right? Well, there's 2 boards there, and there's a little air gap in between those boards. Maybe you can't see it, but when it dries, the air, surface tension from the air that's moving in between is going to push that paint to bead up like this inside between this little tiny crack. And it'll literally beat up and it'll end up, you'll have to sand it down. But if I caulk it, there won't be any air there and it'll allow it to sit formal and these bubbles won't happen. It'll just be like this, nice and flat. Yeah, that's all. That's what I would do. That's what I used to do. Are you going catatonic right now? Are you catatonic where you just like, you're kind of a little bit different than you usually would be, a little bit more like wide awake? Good. Right, so I'm stopping the air from being able to make gaps and cracks. Yes. You're not caught it. All right, that's good. That's good. At least you're not catatonic. All right. If you're sound in mind, that's good because a lot of bad things happen when people stay up that long, and it could drive someone to the point where they do crazy stuff. So you just want to keep an eye on that and make sure you're getting at least a 5-minute nap here and there. They say that the people that do what they love in life barely ever sleep because they're so focused on their mission. And I'll tell you, it's hard for me to get to fall asleep. It really is. Because I'm always thinking about the next thing. What can I do next to make sure either I'm helping someone or I'm financially successful or something? You know, it's always something on my mind. I'm constantly like in that mode where like I'm ready to think of the next good thing that I can do. And I love to learn. So I'll go on YouTube late at night and I'll learn about physics. I love to learn about physics. I don't know why, but physics is really cool to me. Aerodynamics, rocket engines, mechanics, all that stuff. I got into welding for a little while, but it just kind of bored me because I am a welder. You know, I have a welder, and I don't plan on doing anything with too much. You know, like basically when I weld, I'm really simple. I use a MIG, and I just get the job done. I have one that will do aluminum spool, do all kinds of different stuff, but basically I think I'm just gonna wait. Because you get momentum. All right. Gotta get this. That rag's somewhat clean there. Hot glue? What do you do with hot glue? You're not literally using glue to like get high, are you? By the way, do you have an idea why my live stream isn't working? I'm at 57 subs. No? Well, I'll go over and sub to your channel. Why your live streams? Check your Wi-Fi, maybe. Check your Wi-Fi, see what that does. Also, I've noticed sometimes if my phone gets too backed up with stuff, like you said, you've been up for 3 weeks, right? Maybe your phone has too many cookies on it and it's just incapable of processing all the data all at once. So you may want to turn your phone on and off, or off and on, and see if that will work. I got shadow banned the other day. All because I listened to music. Yeah, I literally listened to Amazon. Yeah, I literally listened to Amazon for like 3 or 4 videos and they shadow banned me. I went from having like 75 followers at once to like 4. I was listening to Jelly Roll too. Like, he wouldn't care if I was listening to my radio. Like, come on. That's what got him into music, was listening to the radio. I don't even make money on YouTube. I don't make any money at all. So I don't know why they care if I listen to my radio on my job site. Like, this is my literal job site. Sorry about that. How do you do that? Dragon puppets? Yeah, I don't mind. I don't know how you do it though. Hey, MaineManSquanto, can I join your live? Add. It doesn't give me that's weird. Why wouldn't it give you a YouTube link that you could look up someone's name? You would think it would give you a YouTube link on the add guest, so you could just type in their chat name, their channel name, and you could add them. Like, YouTube, come on, dude. That's a little silly. Yeah, it's not giving me a YouTube link that I can add it to. Don't know what's going on here. It says that I can add a guest, but I don't know how to give it to you, like send you the link. You said you wanted to join my live, right? Can I join your live? I'm trying to, but I need to hit the link. Oh, you see a link? Go ahead and hit it, and I can accept you. Yeah, my daughter's name is Arabella. would think if they say add a guest, so I hit. So I've got the link copied, but I don't know how to put it, like give it to you guys. I don't know. You can add me on Facebook, so I can add you through Facebook, your cell phone, your Gmail. I can do all that, but it won't give me a YouTube link to hook up with and do live. That's silly. You would think they would have a link to connect people that would give that would blow YouTube right up. I never even thought of that till right now. All right, guys. We gotta go pick up gold, I think. I at least have to ask Mama Bear. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, the car's going. You heading over to grab gold? She's usually ready, like right now.
Oh, it was at 4 o'clock.
Right.
I'm trying. Ari's getting her bag together. I just gotta put pants on her.
All right. Yeah, they usually pick them up a little early. I don't know why, but they do. No, bro. I have live right now. Oh, maybe 1,000 like or views, maybe. I understand. There was a time where I couldn't post lives, where I couldn't do live too. I know. I just be a good girl. Don't push any buttons. Pick up your stuff. All the stuff. There's trash. There's a banana. Look. The wrappers. You're stepping on trash too. Let's pick it up. All right, guys. I'm gonna cut this short and be right back with you. Thanks for watching. If you watch this later on, please subscribe. Appreciate your time. God bless you guys. See you guys again.